Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mongoli's Movie Show. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 28 years later. Now, if you've been watching this show for a while, you know that I'm not really big on horror movies, but that being said, 28 Days Later was one of my favorites back in the day. I watched that movie quite a bit. It was one of my first introductions to Cillian Murphy. It's probably my favorite Danny Boyle movie. I really, really enjoyed it. That being said, I haven't seen it in a very long time, and 28 weeks later, I only saw once and was like, it's not really for me. So I'm looking forward to seeing the trailer for this one, but I'm not like got my heart involved in this. You know what I mean? Like I want to see if it's any good. I want to see if it can recapture that magic from the first one, but I'm nervous it's just gonna be probably more like the second one, probably pretty cookie cutter, maybe more like, you know, the average zombie movie. Let's jump right in though, see what it looks like, and I'll give you my thoughts when it's done. 100 years of Columbia Pictures. We're gonna be seeing more and more things like this recently, like crazy. All right, let's jump in. That's a throwback.
Wait, sit here. Sit here.
Auntie, what's going on?
Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
Okay, going back to the end. Because it wasn't zombies, it was rage monsters, technically. And we never really saw that. Like, we came in a while afterwards, like it had already happened.
5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. Men.
Okay, Danny Boyle's back. I
Men were
wasn't
mad
sure.
with watching him. There's no
He didn't do the second one.
discharge in the war. If your eyes drop, they will get the top of you. Boot, boot, boot.
Interesting
boot,
background music.
Moving up
Not
and
music,
down
whatever it is.
again. There's no discharge in the war. Cry. To think of something different. Oh, my God. Keep me from going lunatic. Boom, moving up and down again. There's no
That was messed up.
discharge in the war. 7, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 32 the day before.
All right, so my favorite thing about trailers like this is it didn't tell you a thing about what the movie's about, right? Like there's just imagery in the background. You kind of have to try and figure it out for yourself. Too many trailers these days will give away everything and leave you with like, yeah, okay, I've basically seen the movie. I don't feel like I've seen this movie at all. I don't know exactly what's going on. It gives you a couple of interesting imageries. Obviously, they're showing you like the past in some of these, and they kind of just catch you caught up to speed. Interesting way of doing that. Now, the original obviously took place in England, and I'm pretty sure the second one did too. So I'm not super familiar with that portion of the world, but like surviving on an island seems like a really smart move. I think they did the same thing in Quiet Place 2, where they went to an island and it was like safer than the mainland. Of course, it's only safe for so long because that's the way these movies work. Now, in the first movie, there was two endings. I believe the ending they went with was kind of a more hopeful ending where Cillian Murphy and the other two survived, and they were just kind of like living off in the middle of nowhere, waiting for all the zombies or rage monsters, whatever you want to call them, to starve to death, essentially. And we started seeing that happening. It seems like they're going with something similar along here, where like society is starting to rebuild a little bit. You're seeing less and less. The one zombie we see later on in the trailer is incredibly emancipated. So it looks like we're trying to rebuild society to the best of our abilities here. Mostly very basic jobs, you know, creating clothes, keeping watch. Counselor's an interesting one. I mean, it's necessary, I guess, but compared to, yeah, if we go back, lets me go back. There we go. Hunter, farmer, gardener, seamster, council member. Okay, sure. I love this kind of imagery, and it kind of reminds me of Gears of War in a weird way, which is a video game from like 10, 15 years ago, where they were so entrenched in war for so long that technology was actually going backwards in that series. And that's obviously what we're seeing here. We're not progressing as a society. We're actually falling by the wayside. We're finding what works, and we're using that because we can't really build newer, better things. So we're going backwards a little bit. So you can see this looks almost like a crossbow, essentially a giant crossbow that would be used to take out large objects. This is kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this. Like, it's a crossbow, but it's probably a stationary one used for defensive purposes. It just looks really cool. I love this imagery. Okay, so we got a father-son duo out here hunting, probably trying to find some food for the colony when they come across what appears to be a bunch of zombies. I'm just going to keep calling them zombies. Zombies coming right at them. They don't look like they're very well prepared for that. Those little bow and arrows they have are not going to do anything against this many. And this isn't even that many, honestly. But even this is going to overwhelm them. But then you have this guy just kind of standing there. And I'm wondering if there's more going on there. Well, we'll get to that. So we see this guy hanging upside down. I'm going to assume that this is a rage monster that somebody captured. But this could be just a regular dude. That's totally possible. But the way that it moves a little bit just kind of makes me think that it is going to be a zombie. I don't know what it is. Something about this is giving me thoughts that the zombies are going to be a little bit more intelligent. Like, this looks like it's being interrogated for some reason. So maybe it is a regular person. I don't know. I'm getting the feeling it's a zombie. But then why would you put a zombie in this position? Why wouldn't you just kill it? Why are you keeping it alive like this? You can see it's got something written on it, like Jimmy or Timmy or something. I'm not sure. I love this imagery. Doesn't tell you anything about the plot or what's going on. Literal nothing. This could be a throwaway scene at the very beginning. This could be the main villain. We have no idea, but it just looks cool. So when we see this image of somebody chasing them down, again, between the one zombie by the tree standing still menacingly, the one being hung upside down, which clearly this isn't because he doesn't have Jimmy written on it, and then this guy, like, either people are becoming infected again, like they're starting to get in, they can still become infected, or there's a hierarchy because a lot of these zombies are like becoming emancipated and dead, and here's this guy looking ripped and terrifying. Next level zombie? What's going on here? I'm not quite sure. And even this, it was hard to get this scene. It's a blink and you miss it moment. But like, look at this person with the zombie behind them. Like, they are towering over them. Like, whoever this is, like, maybe they're jumping off a wall. Who knows? It's hard to tell from this little trailer. But like, everything I'm getting from this is there is a massive force coming. This is not just the regular monsters. There is something else going on here. And I have no words for this. This is literally trees either wrapped in bones or made entirely out of bones. This is literally a bone forest. And if we cut ahead a second, you're going to see like a skull Christmas tree. Like, I don't know what this is. I don't know how this is going to make sense plot wise. Super cool imagery though. I mean, if nothing else, it piques your interest, right? It gets you like, I want to see what that is. This scene here and a couple of the imageries that you're going to see here kind of remind me of like a Midsummer. I don't know, like, are they praising this kid? Are they about to sacrifice this kid? Really hard to tell. The music's intense right now, so it doesn't make you feel like this kid's safe. But at the same time, kid doesn't look scared. I don't know if this is on purpose. This kid looks like Cillian Murphy to me. I hope that it's not. It wouldn't really make sense unless... No, because he's not in the second one, right? He's only in the first one. Again, there's two versions of it. One he survives, one he doesn't. Maybe I'm just looking too much into this, but like, I swear that looks like Cillian Murphy to me. But like, this is kind of the last time I saw them in the first movie. Like, this is kind of what was happening. They were becoming really emancipated. They were just burning themselves out and dying. And you kind of got the impression that it wasn't going to last too much longer. So the fact that it's 28 years later and this is still happening, kind of terrifying. All right, there it is, June 20th, 2025. What do you guys think? Does that look interesting for you? I think that looks pretty decent. It's better than I was expecting it to look. Again, we've been burned before. I really didn't like 28 Weeks Later that much, but 28 Days Later, I loved. I am curious to check this one out. Will I see it in the theaters? I don't know. Maybe we'll see another trailer between now and then, give you a little bit more context for what is going on. But right here, right now, I think it looks really good. I do want to see it. It might be a streamer for me though. As I said, I'm not huge into horror movies. Let me know down below though. What do you guys think? Is this something you're gonna go to your way to watch right away? Gonna catch it on streaming, or is this just straight up not for you? Did you catch something in the trailer that I missed? Let me know down in the comments. All right, if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. It helps out quite a bit. And if you want to see more great content like trailer reactions, R rating, movie discussions with me and some of my friends, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video going forward. Until next time, I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. Have a good night.